Hi, this is John with Fix It Planet. Today we're going to take a look at this Lenovo Yoga 3 Pro 1370. This is the 80HE, and it has a bad screen. It's been broken, but we're just going to go over replacing the screen. It's super easy. It's got like 8 screws right along here. So you're going to pull this plastic cover off, and it's just stuck on with some adhesive, and expose the screws. Now these kind of have, they're very thin, and they've got a wide flat head on them, but they are a Phillips. And I'll show you the screw here. You can see what I mean. They're kind of flat, big wide head on them. So there's 4 on the right side, 4 on the left side. And then the display itself actually will slide up a little bit and then will come off, and we'll be able to lay it down on the keyboard. So here's where it got damaged. So this is kind of messed up here, but you slide it forward a little bit and then it will come loose from the back cover, and we'll be able to lower it down onto the keyboard. Now, one thing you want to watch out for, though, and be careful, is we're not going to put it all the way on the keyboard. We're going to put something in between the keyboard and the display here. So this cable right here, it does not have a lot of slack in it. So what you don't want to do is you don't want to rip that cable. So you don't want to pull on it too much. And the connector is stuck down with a little bit of tape here, sort of a tape. It's plastic, but it's got a really strong adhesive on it, so you're gonna have to pull that loose. And then you can disconnect it from that connector there. And then there's the digitizer control board over here on the right. We need to disconnect all that. And there's a cable here on the left that's going to run around the corner and up the side and over to the top. That's got your camera on it. And there's also going to be another board right here. Now be careful with this one, because there's actually a little diode on the opposite side there stuck against the plastic. So you don't want to knock that diode off. It's like a little LED. So this piece here, you just have to kind of be careful that you don't knock off any components on the opposite side. But the camera, a little bit of heat on the back side will help soften it up, because it does have adhesive holding it in place. You don't need a whole lot of heat. Just kind of warm it up a little bit. And we're just going to pry it off with these tweezers. Now that diode is here just on the right side of that board on the underside. So I don't know if I ever showed it up close, so I wanted to try and bring it up so you don't knock it off. And that will come off along with the camera, and then you can pull this display completely free. We'll bring in our new one here in just a little bit. Now on the bottom of the old screen, you'll also have a microphone, and you'll want to take that off as well. Now it doesn't have anything on the back side, so you can kind of just run your tool along the back side, as long as you don't break the board, because it's really pretty thin. And then you can transfer it to the new display. And that's all we need off of that. Gonna put our microphone, or those are 2 microphones actually on one board. Put those in, and then we'll go ahead and lay it down and get it ready so it's kind of lined up. And then we want to, again, just be cautious of this cable, because you could tear it. There's not a lot of slack here. Right here where I'm putting that spudger there, that's a stress point. So you want to try and keep that screen up just a little bit so you can get this connector back in. And then you can shove your tape back down. You can put an extra piece of Kapton tape or something over that if you want to add a little extra. But that tape's pretty strong. That adhesive that's there is pretty strong, so it should hold, but you can add more if you want. We're going to reconnect the digitizer control boards. And then we're going to reroute our cable for the camera and the sensors. We want to make sure we put them right back where they came from. So pay attention to where it was routed to begin with, and be sure and put it back exactly the same way. Stick our sensor board back down, and our webcam. Make sure the cable's properly routed, and you're good to go. So now what we're going to do is just basically reverse the process. So instead of pushing the display up, we're actually going to lay it down flat and pull it down towards the keyboard, towards the hinges, and that locks it into place. We put our 8 screws back and cover them back up with that plastic cover. Just snug them down. They don't need to, don't over tighten them. And that's all there is to it. Very simple, very easy to do. Just check all the way around the edges and make sure that it is all the way around. There's no gaps. Test it. Make sure everything works. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye now.